There we go. I had some problems in regards to the tracker. Actually, I should install the other application I had in the past in regards to applications, I guess. If I still have it. I don't know if I have it. Nope. Don't have it. Question was, what was the name of that application? I can't remember. Yeah. But, I was using tracker control, but, I'm not sure if tracker control maybe is too heavy on the mobile. Anyway. So, apparently sometimes it goes off in regards of the connecting at the moment. So, it will be around 50 minutes or so. So, 1:30 I think, so it's still pretty late in the night. I have been sleeping while it is dark, but of course it's dark a lot in our days, so we still have the book, and I have sorted it out with some what do you call it, tape, and yeah, it seems to do okay, we'll see. The pages are absolutely not the best in regards of keeping on the book. There seem to be other places in the book that where the pages are somewhat not so what shall we say, but anyway, I guess I only need to read it once, right, the book or something like that. So anyway, we came to part 5, 6, 7. False doctrines taught for centuries by the man of sin are still taught today. 31, the false sacrament of the Mass. We were around that, or at least we talked about it. Oh, by the way, I need to do something else, of course. We need to have... Oh yeah, was it called block this? I think it was actually called block this, actually, by the way. Block this. Block this. Block this. APK Android. I used that for a long time. It was working very good. And then I began to... Is that this? I wonder if this is the application. Yeah, I think it is. But they should have a home page. If I no, maybe this is not the application. Maybe this is another application. I do wonder what it was called. Like blockthis.com. I shouldn't have deleted it. The application. Oh, something came up. Oh, try again. Anyway, I'll figure that out at some other point. My voice is still somewhat. Well, I can't remember what it was called. It was an open source application. I don't think it was Block This, but yeah, that's a problem. Sometimes when you delete things, and I don't know. Nope. But that was an open source application, and it was free, and it was pretty good to actually take all the ads and sort them out. The other application was just able to do other things where you can take the internet from an application in regards to tracker control, but it might be a little heavy on the mobile. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, so where did we go here? So 51, the false sacrament of the Mass. 32, purgatory and other present deception of the man of sin. 53, the worship of Mary and other present deception. 54, the present lying signs and wonders of the man of sin. 55, deception and false prophets. Then we have part 8. 8, the weakness of the future only Antichrist. 56, an unreal fantastic Superman must be created to take over the entire world in 3.5 years. 57, false religions are anti-Christian and yet oppose secularism. 58, the future Antichrist affects no one today. 59, the problem which futurists have with the future only Antichrist. Part 10, conclusion. Christ triumphs over Antichrist. 60, confusion and blasphemy. 61, Christ the only invisible mediator. And by the way, that was part 10, sorry. Part 10, conclusion. Christ triumphs of... No, wait. Is that 10? So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Why is it then 10? I seem to be skipping something. How can we go from, 5, 6, 7... and 5, 6, 7, 8, and then goes to part 10. That seems to be something. We have part 4, part 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 10. Whatever. I don't know if he made a mistake on that. It just seems weird. There's no 9, there's just 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. There should be a 9. Maybe it made a mistake, I should really be, let's see, 645. It says part 10. I don't know, this seems to be, where's part 9? So part 9 should be around here, right? But I don't think it is. I guess it's a minor issue. It's just a weird thing that he would make a mistake like that if he's going to use Roman numbers. Here we have part 5, 6, 7, 8. The weakness of the future only Antichrist. And then the 9 should be amongst these, which I don't think it is. I think he might have made a mistake. On the numbering. I guess he's not that good at Roman numbers as well. I don't know, but I don't even know why he would use Roman numbers. I think it's nonsense. But yeah, I don't seem to see any part 9. Anyway, so part 10 apparently jumping over part 9 apparently. Conclusion: Christ triumphs over Antichrist. 60, which is part of the chapter here, confusion and blasphemy. 61, Christ the only invincible mediator. Bibliography 659, index 669. So that's some of the things that is in the book. It's very interesting. I don't still know what the pornography of Antichrist is, but I guess, or how to spell it. I guess the chapter will enlighten me on that. It was like 600 pages of wonderful goodies, The fantastic ideas of Antichrist which prevailed in the early Middle Ages arose in the day when the Protestant interpreters believed the Antichrist was already beginning to develop. So the development of the real Antichrist impinged heavily upon those writers who were part and partial of his system and kingdom. Jeremiah Boregius, or something like that, who believed that the true meaning of the revelation has been deliberately concealed and distorted by what he called the papal scholars declare. Hence it has been that in the time that Antichrist had reigned, there had been so little known of the book of Revelations, because it has been applied only in metaphorical way, and all the glory had been interpreted of the glory of heaven, because I say there had been a darkness on the face of the earth in the time of the Antichrist prevailing, and it had been the care of Antichrist to darken this. Emphasis added. Burroughs, the Puritan writer, believed that when Antichrist started to prevail and his evil kingdom began to overspread the earth, that the whole subject, when the Antichrist was hidden or darkened as to his true identity, Antichrist being the master deceiver, inspired those of his system to write treatises on Antichrist that deflected attention away from him and his kingdom. An evil persecuting power was now beginning to extend itself over churches and nations, and over the very conscience of men. Linked to this evil persecuting power were some of the worst crimes and sins imaginable. Added to this wickedness was the fact that such crimes and sins were carried out by those who claimed to be the vicar of Christ on earth. Yeah. We have some in regards to Malachi Martin. Malachi Martin again describes the evils of the papacy of this period in more detail than any Protestant writer. As understanding Malachi Martin, some say that Malachi Martin, I think actually was Alberto Rivera that talked about Malachi Martin was allowed to write against the papacy as an as an agent of Rome, but yeah, so that would be one of the places where you might actually be able to learn something, and yet they might actually be working undercover. But I don't know. I haven't looked further into Malachi Martin. I've already heard from different people seem to be using him. His detailed and accurate portrayal proves that several of the hallmarks of the man of sin were already present in the Roman Catholic system at this time. Martin faithfully recounts how Marozia, a woman little better than a prostitute, ran the papacy for numbers of years. He remarks that the high points of her career came when she was visited near the end of her immoral life by Otto III, who had just seized Rome. Otto III, a successor of Charlemagne, came to see Marozia, and he had only one reason for visiting her, according to Martin: to lay eyes on the woman who was the mother of a pope, whom she had conceived by another pope, and who was the aunt of a third pope, the grandmother of a fourth pope, and with the help of her own mother, the creator of 9 popes in 8 years, of whom had been strangled, one suffocated with a cushion, and 4 disposed of in circumstances that have never come to light. The times now were so evil they have become known in history as the pornocracy. Sergius, that would go with the pornocracy, however you say it. I guess the mobile might be helpful, or at least the application if it's actually working, but last time it had some issues in regards of, well, I guess it needs the database set up and all that, because I guess it couldn't just do that, when it installed it and all that, and anyway, let's see. Now the word seems to be missing. Usually there is a pretty good amount of words in the, so, I guess the other mobile thinks it's 10 o'clock. Yep, 22. And then you want to have me run this thing here. Yep, okay. So, pornogratus, no. The meaning of pornocracy is meaning by a government of harlots. Okay. Pornocracy. Do we have like a way to pronounce it? Would be a pretty nice thing. Although I did have Merriam-Webster, but there was too much spyware in it, so I deleted it. Which is so I guess I just use it on the internet here. There doesn't seem to be any words. Huge amount of the applications on Android is spyware. Okay, let's see here if the Gracia government of rule. So porno, we don't have the Greek porno. I guess pornocracy, porno. Why do we have the Greek? Well, we have porne, Gracia, but still I would have liked to see the Greek in regards of porne, why would they have like one of the words and not the other word, So from ancient Greek, oh there we go, pornigracia, I think in Greek, pornigracia, pornocracia. Okay, anyway. So apparently that's in regards of when women prostitutes are ruling. Sergius III, who became Pope in 1897, is usually considered as the one who began the period known as the pornocracy or pornicracy. Well, it says pornocracy, I guess might be a Latinized. According to McBrien, the modern Notre Dame scholar, Sergius was deposed but gathered an army in exile and marched on Rome. He defeated Christopher, the so-called anti-pope, who had thrown out Leo the Fifth and assumed the papal chair, and threw him into prison. Later, Sergius had both Leo and Christopher strangled to death in prison. So corrupted were Sergius and his immediate successor by the Theophylact family that the subsequent decades have been called the pornocracy of the papacy. Well, the papacy it says, but anyway, all these words, means different things in regards of father, right? The pope means father. Well, the so-called pope means father, right? Papal, I think, is also in regards of some kind of, so-called father. Papacy sounds like it's the same. I don't know. I have to check up on that. But I think it has, has some pontificate. But yeah, it's a wonderful book, and the author of it seems to be using the words that, in regards of getting into the topic, is very concentrated, seems, and a lot of information on things. And we're having something in regards to the Qatari or Albigensians. So he might have done some pretty good research on those as well. Who knows? Instead of the propaganda from the Roman Catholic Maniac Institution. And I guess he writes the history as well in regards to these so-called heretics. It's the disgusting, filthy system. How can so-called Christians, or proclaimed Christians return back to this maniac system is beyond understanding. And we have the Crusades against the Albigensians, and even the establishment of the tribunal of the Inquisition could not hinder the ultimate spread of their principles through the Old and New World. So, but that's the ending, I guess, of maybe it's, we have the lesser protest against the papal Antichrist in the Dark Age, minor groups of the Middle Ages, Petrobrusians, Amalrians, Beguines, Apostles of Christ, contemporary Manichaeans, Lombards. The information available concerning these groups comes mainly from the avowed enemies and persecutors, so this is sketchy at best. Nevertheless, in this section we look at those little groups who sought to raise a testimony against the repression and the persecution of Antichrist in the face of insurmountable difficulties. Some historians mention these groups in passing, others ignored them completely. So, some historians mention these groups in passing, others ignore them completely. So, I have never heard about many of these groups, so I do, and of course, if the information is mostly from Roman Catholic sources, then you have to be careful. Not to say that you couldn't learn anything from them in regard to truthful information, but it might be mixed with, satanic bullshit and lies, deceptions, and all that. Oops, there we go with the food. That was nice. Great. Great. Yep. Oh. Oh well, then I have food. I may should take a break. Oh well, that was pretty good. That was I would have thought they would have, but maybe they were quickie. That was pretty. I think that was still like a half an hour or something like that. Yeah, well, 24 minutes. So, I'll have some food here. Probably should get into it before it gets cold, right? Anyway, it's an interesting book, and it will be interesting reading for sure. It's nice that... I wonder what I actually... Can't even remember what I ordered. Oh well. Great. Yeah, but yeah, it will be an interesting book to read for sure. That's just down my alley. It's the information that... But then again, of course, always pretty good with puzzle pieces. I should listen to the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation again. It's wonderful. And you just grow more and more in all the things. And of course, that's what you want to do, right? And get information from history to confirm the things. When you see history and how that goes around. So I do wonder in regards of... Okay. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that's missing something. No? Okay. I guess this is... doesn't seem to be that big of a... Well, it should be... some chili nuggets. Okay, and... sandwich, and a little... Oh, okay, I guess it's all there. Anyway, I'll take a break then, and have an eating. There's always something to research, so there's been a lot of years in regards of research of things. Yeah, bad health, it's not healthy food. I guess I'm just at the point where I'm like, whatever, I'm going to die anyway. Yeah, that's probably not a good way to think like that. Most likely not. Yeah, it's a terrible time where so many people are getting murdered, and they're closing the exercise places, and I'm back to my, it's whatever. Anyway, take care. May Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, most precious pearl, and the Spirit of truth be in us all. Amen. Have a good one. Time for some food.